The MIAA hosted its annual Football Media Day today, presented by Siegfried Bingham in downtown Kansas City at the Little Theater inside the historic Municipal Auditorium. Coaches and players from every team in the conference were present, and the media got a chance to get a look at the upcoming 2022 MIAA football season with each school. It wasn't all talk, as players got a chance to have a little fun with a cornhole competition amongst the teams. Head coach Atiba Bradley, as well as quarterback Dawson Herl and linebacker Richard Jordan Jr. addressed the media in attendance.
Next up today, coming to the stage, we'd like to welcome Missouri Southern head coach Atiba Bradley, quarterback Dawson Herl, and linebacker Richard Jordan Jr. Come on up, guys. So in 2021, the Lions finished with a record of 3-9 under Coach Bradley, who will begin his second full season leading his alma mater. Coach, we're going to do as we did before. We'll let you talk briefly about last season, looking forward to the upcoming season, and then we'll open it up to the athletes before giving the chance for media and those at home to ask questions. So, Coach, give me some of your thoughts on this upcoming year.
Well, last year I thought we took some steps in the right direction for our program. When I took this job about 18 months ago, I knew it was a process. I knew it was something that was going to require a lot of time and energy, and it paid off, and we took some steps to really start to turn this thing around. As we move forward into 2022, I think that our team has gotten better. I think that our team is more disciplined, but I think, like every coach has said up here, it's a tough league. And I think every team in this league has gotten better. I think every team in this league has gotten more disciplined. And so I'm excited to see where we are with the league and mix it up a little bit.
All right, guys, I can start down there with you, Dawson. Thoughts on the upcoming season?
We're just really excited to get out there. Didn't finish exactly where we wanted to last year, but it was Coach Atiba's first year, and we're just really looking forward to seeing the changes and seeing how we match up with everybody this year.
Richard?
I'm personally excited. My time being here, I've never had the same defensive coordinator consecutive 2 years, so that's both sides of the ball, offense and defense. I think that that's a bonus for us for sure.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and open it up to the media as well as those at home using hashtag AskMIAA on Twitter and Facebook. So, right over here in the back, right?
I have a question for you, Coach. As your second year heading into this season, what has been the difference or something you've learned from last season for this season?
I think the biggest thing that will be the change is, like Richard Jordan has said, is consistency. These kids that have been on our team have had multiple coordinators over the past 2 and 3 years, and so for us to be able to provide the same coordinator from fall to spring, summer, fall, and now as we come back around, I think that's going to breed success. I think it's going to breed a confidence that we need to go up against a tough MIAA schedule.
And for Richard, obviously you have 30 games of over experience, All-American. Just how does that, I guess, your experience in all the games you've played in, play on to the younger guys coming in and just being able to mentor them and help them get that experience?
Sure. I love being a field general out there. I love leading my defense. Huge shout out to my D-line. They make those gaps nice and clear. Coach Patasso is a great defensive coordinator, and he's been doing a great job of putting me in successful situations over the years. And my personal goals have all been because of the team goals that we've completed this year. So,
back right.
Coach, you played in a lot of really close games last year that were kind of the difference between the record that you had in a winning season. How do you just kind of bridge that gap and flip some of those results?
Yeah, I'm kind of had I not been a college football coach, I would have been a math teacher. I went back and looked at some of the stats, and I think the MIAA last year played 40 games within a touchdown. And that's just a credit to the quality in this league. And so for us, we're trying to learn how to finish. We're trying to learn how to do the things that we need to do to push us over the edge, and can switch some of those L's into wins. But, quite honestly, again, it's a credit to how good our league is top to bottom when you have that many games that are one score or shoot 10 points, a deciding factor.
For both players, with Coach coming in kind of later in the process last year, just what's it meant to have that full off season with the staff, and how has that helped prepare you guys for this season, just having that full process in?
It's been great building relationships with our coaches, and once again having consistency within our coaching staff and players as well. And I think it's a great benefiting factor for our team.
Yeah, it's just being able to learn the offense now for 2 years. We've not had that yet, so it's nice for us to get some consistency and be able to really lock down on offense and really learn it in and out.
A couple of questions for you, Coach Bradley. First question is you've got now not one but two Herls. If you would, just your planned recruiting in Eastern Jackson County, like increased presence from Missouri Southern. And then if you would, if you'd allude to the progress that this Herl is having on your program.
Say that first part again, your first question.
I just didn't know, in my coverage area, I'm hearing a lot more about your program because of both Herls coming down there, and didn't know if it's just something that more of a key for you to key in that area to bring down to Joplin.
Absolutely. I mean, the one thing that's I think is so unique to the MIAA is if you draw a 5-hour circle, was that you or me? If you draw a 5-hour circle around Missouri Southern and a lot of the institutions in our league, there's great football. And so Kansas City is a huge part of that. The state of Missouri is a huge part of that. And so I think we'd be doing Missouri Southern a disservice if we didn't get out and recruit Kansas City, both the Kansas side and the Missouri side. And so, yeah, these two are just the start of the many Kansas City guys that we hope to get down.
And then, Coach, coming into your second full season as head coach, where do you feel like this team has made the biggest growth from last season to this season during this offseason process?
I think the biggest change has been in the weight room. I came in February, and immediately we had a couple ice storms and just a couple unforeseen things, and we weren't able to train like we normally would in an off season. And so then we hit the spring, and we had to have a game in the second, third week of the spring. And so as we came around the second year, we were able to have a more traditional off season. We were able to have a full spring of lifting and spring ball. We were able to have a full 8-week summer program, and that's really, as you're building a program and building up these young guys, the key to success, in my opinion, is getting stronger and more physical.
Back right on the stage.
Dawson, can you kind of talk about what you've been working on this off season and how you're in what areas you're trying to grow for your upcoming year?
Really learning the offense a lot better, getting my timing down with my guys. We've thrown a lot. We've had player-led practices, just really getting to know the ins and out of the offense, working with the receivers, getting all over timing, so we're perfect when it comes week one against Kearney.
We have a question from Twitter for Coach. This is from Greg Semrad. Where do you think your receivers coming in this year will stack up against the D-backs in the MIAA?
Who was that from? Was that from Landon Simrad?
It says Greg Semrad.
He may or may not be a receiver on our team. But, no, I think our guys, we recruited those guys for a reason. We recruited those guys because they can play at a high level. We recruited those guys to win more 50-50 balls. We recruited those guys to make plays for us on the perimeter, block on the perimeter. And so I'm excited for not just our returners, but our new guys as well.
I have a question for both of the players. How does it feel for us just playing with so many starters and returners from last year, playing with people that you're already familiar with, for as talent and skill-wise?
Really just you get to know what to expect out of everybody. So then you got to get to know how they play and how to coach them, and just it molds together better. So it's really exciting to see everybody come together now, our second season under Coach Bradley, and see the progress that we've made in just 1 year.
I like seeing the team chemistry now, seeing all of us come together. Sorry. I like seeing the team chemistry now and seeing us all come together. I got to work out with some good linebackers, Colton Winder, Booker, Coleman Booker this offseason, and they really helped me push me to the next level where I need to be for this upcoming season.
Back right on the stage.
Same question for you that I just asked Dawson, but can you talk about the progress that you've seen from him and your expectations for him next year?
Yeah, honestly, and not just Dawson, but in JoJo and some of our seniors, the biggest change I've seen is just the leadership. I've seen these guys really reach out and make sure that the guys in our program, number one, know that they're cared about, number two, know their assignment, and number three, that they're accountable to our football team. Again, the NCAA has a bunch of rules, and so I'm not able to enforce the accountability. And so these two goons are my muscles. You know, our seniors, our upperclassmen, these are the guys that are going to take our program to the next level, and they've done a great job leading those young men.
And then for Dawson, you guys are picked 10th in the media and the coaches poll. You guys like having that kind of like underdog mentality? People really count you guys out, and then once the season gets going, you guys kind of start making some noise, surprising people?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good thing to have a little chip on your shoulder, but all I would say is just don't count us out this year.
Yeah.
We got time for one more. Honestly, Richard, for you, I mean, you had 5 forced fumbles last season. Is there anything special you're doing to get that nose for the ball, or you just got some Peanut Tillman in you punching that thing out?
Hey, I've always been taught it's always about the ball, and getting that ball back to Dawson over here is one of my number one goals. And I know it's important for our defense just to get him the ball back, and that's what we got to do. So I've been punching the ball out every time.
Coach, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I just want to say thank you to Missouri Southern and our admin for their support. I'd like to say thank you to Mike Racy and the conference for hosting such a great event. And let's get rolling.
Yes, sir. Missouri Southern, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.